Hello. So I got this comment by my own peace of mind who kind of asked like stats, and I just thought this was a perfect video to add that. So before we get into the advice, which is so crazy because I only have a week and I'm moving out. But anyway, let's get into the stats. So I am first generation college student. There were no test scores for my graduating year, and my weighted GPA was 4.2. My high school didn't really give us an unweighted, so I don't really know why, but that's the weighted. I was a full IB student. If you guys follow me, then you know. Literally one of the hardest things I've ever done. So as for my extracurriculars, I did a lot. So I was the president and I founded an astrology club at my high school. So that was really fun. That was for like about 3 years, I think. Yeah. And then I was a tutor and event coordinator and also vice president of the Chinese club. Been taking Chinese for a really long time. I was also the Sunrise Club social media manager, which is an environmental sort of branch at our high school that a friend of mine started. I also created a TikTok business. I created a tarot/astrology TikTok business. And then I put a YouTuber, I put babysitting, and a director of a commercial for a small business. And for some reason, I thought it was a good idea to put reading and painting. I don't know what. I don't know why, but that's what I did. And then for my Common App essay, I talked about how pursuing acting at a young age really helped with my confidence overall and just like, my development into a more confident person and just like with public speaking and stuff. So those are my stats, and honestly, I feel like I got accepted because my application was so well-rounded. Like it was catered towards my major, which is media, culture, and communications, and I have a lot of extracurriculars that kind of showed that, but also I had others that showed I was well-rounded student overall, like Chinese club, astrology, like the environmental club and such. So yeah, those are my stats. Let's get on to the advice. Hello, welcome back. My hair looks so, I don't know, it kind of looks weird because of, I feel like I look like a V. I curled my hair with this heatless curler thing, and like I do like it, but sometimes it looks a little crazy, but right now it looks cute. I won't lie. Just came back from Central Park. That's kind of far, so I can't believe I did that by myself though, because I just never go anywhere by myself. That's a lie. I never go out of this area by myself because that subway ride was so long. It was like 20 minutes to and back. Okay, I'm ready to do this. So let's talk about college. I am about to finish my first year of college. I just have one more week left and we're gonna move out. We're gonna move out of this precious little dorm that I've kind of documented, like my whole journey of being here, kind of. I tried to, at least. But this video is like really not gonna be organized because that's just how my mind is sometimes. Mostly we're just gonna talk about how transformative college is, what you need to know, especially if you want to go to a college that is in a city and just like not, that's in a city. Okay, if you guys don't know, I go to NYU. I'm not really proud of how they're handling the whole protest and everything, but I am coming from a place where I've experienced kind of being integrated within the real world. Okay, so yeah, this is all from that sort of perspective. Let's get started. So what do you need in terms of physical things? You really need an air purifier. I got mine because my parents were adamant on it. They said you need it, and they were right, because if you turn it off and you like leave your room for a little bit and then come back, It's really bad. It's really bad. It's a good investment. You can use it throughout your college years, so definitely get that. I really don't want to repeat advice that people are giving, but you know what, I'll just give you the most important ones. Get a plunger if you are going to have a like shared bathroom, not like a, you know, like one of those bathrooms that's shared with the whole floor, like just like within your own little suite or room. Like if you do have a bathroom, get a plunger. Okay, I had to go out and buy one myself because the bathrooms here suck. They're terrible. I had my toilet overflow twice in 1 week, and it wasn't even just like it was like the water came out. Okay, so get a plunger. I'm gonna say it, guys, like if you are I guess it depends on how clean you want to be, but I am a clean girl. I really love having a clean environment. So you need to bring some slippers. It doesn't matter if you have a carpet, like if the flooring is carpet or if it's hard floor like this. Like look at it. The only reason why I'm sitting down is because I cleaned it today. So you already know, we already established what type of person I am. Bring slippers please, and then throw them out once the year is done. My slippers look terrible. I don't think you want to see them. Like they have black underneath and they used to be a beige color. Okay, your slippers are going to be worn and torn, so try not to get nice ones. I cannot believe that I forgot this, but you need to also bring shower shoes. Okay, I have a bathroom in my unit and I still use shower shoes because you don't know what your roommates are using in that. Not gonna lie, like they could be using exfoliants, like there are just like things that you just don't know that people are doing. So you can never be too safe. Get those shower shoes and then throw them out after the year is done. I have flip-flops, so you go from flip-flops to your slippers, and then when you shower, your slippers to your flip-flops. There you go. But don't overthink it. Genuinely, the whole packing situation was just figuring out. It just kind of shows how well you know yourself, because you're gonna see if you use all those items or not. Yeah. I brought like card games and stuff. Did not use those. Did not. I used it maybe like once or twice throughout this whole school year. For clothing, you are going to be shopping. Like if you are a girly girl, if you, I don't know, if you're someone who shops, who likes to shop, I'm gonna tell you, don't bring your whole closet here, or else it's gonna be really difficult to move out. Because I brought like my summer clothing first, and then I brought more winter clothing. Like at one point my closet was just like bursting. So if you know that you do retail therapy, if you know that you are probably going to need to get yourself a little treat while you're here. It's a long time, guys. It's like 9 months. It's a whole baby term, you know? So just be mindful of that when you're bringing clothes, because you're definitely going to go shopping with some new friends, or, you know, like if you're stressed, you might buy something. Just be self-aware, know yourself, and kind of decide on what clothing you should bring. Bring basics, basic tees, basic long sleeves, basic leggings, you know. But yeah, just it's literally just about knowing yourself. To get the nerves out, I'll just tell you about the first day. So if you are, you know, a mama's girl, a dad's girl, you know, or if you're just like really family oriented, I'm gonna say the first day is gonna be hard. The first night is gonna be hard. You can just watch my first my move-in vlog. I was crying, my mom was crying, tears everywhere. So that's something that you have to be wary of, to just like mentally prepare yourself for, because you know that's just like a whole different kind of pain, because you're growing up. Like there's like a lot of mixed feelings, because you feel like your childhood is ending, and also you're moving away from home, which can be very difficult. On the first day, do not sulk in your room. Go somewhere, go to an event, or like go next door, knock on their door, do something, because all that's gonna do is just amplify your feelings. You're just gonna probably end up staying in there for a long time. So on the first night, they had like a serial social. I don't know why, it was nighttime, but like if you get nervous, that's totally normal. My heart was beating. I was like, holy moly. Oh my god, I can't believe I'm here, you know. But as long as you do just like anything to keep that momentum going, to make you explore and see the changes that you're going to have to implement into your life, it'll be a much easier transition. Like, I guess the big overall advice is don't hide from it. Just go full in. Go full in. So that was for the first day. Just to, like, I feel like it's like a universal feeling, so I just wanted to get that out of the way. And now we can talk about academics. It like varied based on major and how work heavy your high school was. Now for me, I was in the IB program, which is like one of the hardest things I've ever done academically. So the whole transition, I was low-key kind of bored, not gonna lie. Not gonna lie, I was bored, and I kind of am bored right now, but I feel like I just got used to the amount of time that I have. The thing is, the biggest difference from high school to college is that you don't have free time in those classes to do your work. So you're going to have the self-discipline to do it when you're in your dorm, when you force yourself in the library, when you're waiting for a class to start. Like, you're just going to have to be way more responsible and make yourself do it on time, make yourself turn it in. That's based on like a self-awareness type of level. Like, you got to know what you need to do in order to get things done, or you know, to make yourself feel or be more productive. But that's just like, you know, I feel like that's just common sense. My brain was not working that day because I can't believe I forgot about this. So when you're picking your classes, just one person told me that I'm really great at picking classes, so you know who you are. Thank you very much. But when you're picking classes, you need to make sure that you have an outline of what your requirements are for your major. Your counselor, or whatever they call themselves, they will most definitely hand you an outline and everything, but it's important to kind of figure out what type of classes you want to take in order to fulfill those. So you need to do it based off of what you are the strongest in. So if you are more STEM inclined, take those STEM classes, or you just have more fluidity in like what range of STEM classes you want to take. So that's another thing. Also, keep looking at ratemyprofessor.com. Always use that site. I love using that site. Please use it. And it just kind of shows you if the professor is good or not and what to expect when you walk into that classroom. Don't be afraid to drop or switch classes because you do have a small time frame in order to do so. So if you feel in your gut that you cannot do this class, follow your gut, please. Take care of your physical, take care of your mental needs first. Those are the most important. Learn your college's like mental health center, their health or wellness center. Make sure you know those, because honestly in college a lot of things can happen at once. A lot of things can happen in 1 day, 2 days, depending on if you're going out and about. So it's important to know those. I don't know why past me put this in academics, but try to find a balance. If you have a meal plan, try to figure out how to balance that throughout the whole year. That's going to be a learning curve. In the first semester, I was also cooking in my kitchen with a meal plan, which is, I got like the smallest one though. And I didn't finish everything by the end of the first semester. And I was like, oh damn, like what am I supposed to do? Because it's basically wasting money, girl. I'm basically giving it back to a private school, and I don't want to do that. So they do have like programs where you can give meals to students who have run out. I guess, try to figure out your lifestyle and how you want to live during your college years, and kind of see how you cannot waste the money, because those 2 last weeks of the last semester were kind of stressful because I was like, oh my god, like it felt like a part-time job. I was like, girl, I need to either swipe them for another person or give it to this, give it to that, you know. So just be wary of your meal plan in the middle of the semester, and like kind of see how you've been creating a routine and how you can change it, how you can make it better or maybe do less. Now, social life. So this is all generalized. I'll get into like more of my personal experiences later, but everyone is not your friend. I mean, it's true though. It is true. Everybody is not your friend. You can be friendly. You can be acquaintances. You can be friends. You just gotta like figure out what your definition of a friend is, because there are so many different types of people that you are going to meet. And I'm like, I feel like everyone was saying that to me, and I was like, yeah, I know, but I feel like I've met a lot of people already. But no, that's not true. That is not true. You are going to meet new people, or maybe just like new different combinations of stereotypes. Like there's going to be a lot of surprises. People are very interesting, but the whole point of it is know your boundaries and know like what type of people you want your friends to be. And I'm only saying this because there has been a lot of drama with people in freshman year and like friend groups, because they always like build up really large friend groups and just run with it. I was not a part of one of those. I don't know, I think that's just me though, but that's just something to be wary of. Understand there's a line between someone just being friendly with you and someone who is genuine and wants to hang out and is trustworthy. Bro, I sound like I'm clocking someone, but I really am not. As for social life, college plus social life, the balance, kind of hard. I guess like the only good combination in order to like stay on top of your work but also hang out with people is to do study dates. I've been doing them. I kind of like them because it's like, oh, we can just like yap and we can also get some work done, you know. But college is very different from high school because you do have to take more initiative in making friendships and kind of checking in, because you probably won't see them around. That's coming from me as in a city area, you know, like the chances of meeting someone on the street is really low. Different in a campus. It's really important to take initiative and to kind of figure out what your what you want your social life to look like. A lot of people like to go to parties, bars, clubs. A lot of people just like to go cafe hopping, like me. Or like go out to eat, get boba. Just describing me right now. So, you know, there are like so many different type of lifestyles. You can just find what you want, which is kind of really nice. And that leads to my point where no one literally cares what you are doing. It's like really nice to hear, but also, I don't know, it's kind of paradoxical. It's like, what? No one cares about me? No. They do care about you, but they don't really care what you're doing. So if you do have a dream that you want to pursue, just do it. This is like the perfect time to do it because, one, you're networking, you're making friends, but you're also trying to make connections that could help you later on. So like expressing your dream or finally expressing your true self, you're just gonna feel free. I have been feeling free because the first few days I came here, I said, I'm a YouTuber, clock it. What is happening? Why do I keep saying clock it? Damn it. Okay, I think it's from TikTok. Clock it. Okay. Okay. But yeah, the first few days I said, oh yeah, like I make YouTube videos, blah blah blah, and you would not hear slash see me say that in high school. Never ever. But now I just embrace it here. People just accept it. They're like, oh, that's really cool, blah blah blah, you know. So that's like a good pro, because like everyone has their own things going on, so they don't have the time to judge you, and if they are judging you, it's gonna be behind your back. But who even cares about that? So the organized, oh my god, I'm gonna edit this and I'm gonna be like, what are you doing so long ago? Which is probably true. But I'm sorry, I'm brain dead. Like, I'm kind of also procrastinating because I don't want to do my paper. Okay, let's talk about my experience in the city and just like my lessons in college. I come from a very bubbled area. Like, it's very safe, very liberal. Like, I genuinely thought there were some areas that I thought were a bit sketchy. In reality, they're not, okay? Because I was growing up in this little bubble. So, I don't know. It's like crazy to think. I genuinely believe that college is the time where you become more independent. You start becoming the adult that you're supposed to be, the true self that you're supposed to embody. But coming from that and then going to New York, I was scared out of my mind, girl. Like, once the sun started going down, I was like, I gotta go back. I gotta go back to my dorm. Like, I can't do this. Yeah, so just like even getting out of the dorm was really scary by myself. Going to meet with friends somewhere was scary. Going to classes was a little bit scary. Like, I felt extremely scared. And that's honestly because, one, New York, well, everyone knows New York. Like, it has so much culture, it has so much things to do, but it also does have, well, compared to my area, it has way more crime. So, and also the area in which I live has like more mentally ill people on the street, you know, and those who do take the more hard drugs. So that's why I was scared out of my mind, and I honestly just had to grow and get used to it and understand, you know, how to be street smart, understand to listen to my intuition. Because girl, one time I didn't and I got yelled at in the face, but it was obvious that like he wasn't right in his mind. So, but yeah, the whole journey with that has been really interesting. It does make me feel, it makes me feel more stronger as a person. It makes me feel more confident as a person, more independent as a person, because New York and moving here when you're really young, like 18, straight out of high school, that's a big change, especially coming from a very, like, you know, very safe bubble. Another thing that I have learned is like being more independent, not just like being in the city, but trying to live alone and actually be alone for the first time. That was a big lesson for me this whole year, and I think it didn't really like click, or I didn't really get used to it until the end of the first semester, which is a long time. It's like 3-4 months, maybe somewhere around there. Because for me, I felt like I was kind of alone in high school only because I didn't really feel like people understood me or stuff like that. But I always had my family there, and my family, they're really close to me. So this was like the first time I had to deal with things by myself and deal with my emotions by myself, because, you know, I can't just like call my parents all the time. Sometimes I do, but it was a big lesson to learn. Okay, sorry, my camera died. Since I'm like such a family oriented person, I would cry all the time. especially in the first few months. So I want you guys to know that crying, honestly, so important to do. And just like don't feel like it's like silly or weak or anything. Like, by all means, do it. It's gonna help you feel better. Crying, I was like crying almost every other day. Crying almost every other day, especially about missing my home, missing my family, and all those other things. Like, especially the first few weeks, like I would just FaceTime my mom and then we would just both start crying because, you know, I'm over here and she's over there. Honestly, I'm gonna be completely honest, friends was like the most difficult part of this whole year. And I say this because my school really isn't like, you know, there aren't really walls to keep us all in. There aren't as many things to do that kind of builds a community, unless you're like in sports or something. Low-key, I think I'm a very picky person overall. Like I'm pretty selective on who I tell my true feelings with, and like, you know, what's happening in my life, such and such. So I had to learn the distinction between surface level slash deeper friends, because I'm always looking for genuine friendships, and that's just like probably not going to happen in the first year. I'm gonna be honest, did not happen for the first year for me, and I had to learn how to be completely fine with that and just like enjoy the little interactions that I have with others, because, you know, I do have other friendships that I can rely on. But that's also another reason why I felt so lonely, because I didn't really truly fully connect with anyone at my school, or that's just how I felt throughout most of the months that I've been here. I would cry. I did cry about that a lot, and that I've realized is a common trend for most people. So hopefully it gets better. Hopefully it gets better. But just know that this is like the foundation of the next 4 years. You're building the foundation. You really don't need to rush it. You don't need a best friend like right now, you know? Oh my god, I was crying so much about that. But overall, college has really changed me. I feel like such a bigger person. I don't really know why that's the wording I want to choose. I do feel like a bigger person. Like, I do feel more adult than I was in the beginning of the year. Like, I genuinely don't recognize myself a year ago, or, you know, like, I guess like my mindset and everything. I just feel more grounded. Yeah, that's the word. I feel more grounded, more centered, and more true to myself than I have ever been. So honestly, this first year, I honestly think it's life-changing, because I've learned so many lessons here that I needed to learn. Oh my god, am I gonna cry right now? I felt a little teary-eyed. Moral of the story: the way college is gonna go is however you perceive everything. So genuinely, it's up to you. I've been reflecting this whole time. I have been trying to be social and like go and like hang out with certain people, but overall I feel like this was just like a big personal transformation, a big self transformation, and I feel grateful for that. I was not grateful in the moment, of course. I was like literally feeling like I was gonna die. No, that's kind of dramatic. To those of you who are feeling nervous, who are about to enter freshman year, I wish you luck, and I hope this helped a little bit. I don't know, I just tried to normalize, or, you know, acknowledge the normal experiences that people don't really talk about with each other. Like, no one is outright saying, oh, I feel lonely, oh, I feel like I don't really have close friends. I just wanted people to know that This is just coming from my experiences, but I hope that helped you in some way. Follow my Instagram. I try to post little reels, cute little reels, and I just keep you guys updated on what I'll be posting next. And I will see you guys in the next video, where I'm going to be moving out of this dorm. Probably, maybe vlogging that whole day, because we're gonna be out and about for the last time in New York. That's so crazy to me. Okay, I will see you guys next time. Bye.